Shavua Tov, a gute Woch. I want to tell story number 112 of the Shivchei Baal Shem Tov, the oldest source of Baal Shem Tov stories ever published. The title of the story is Nesiato HaShniya Shel Rabbi Nachman LeEretz HaKodesh. Rabbi Nachman's second journey to the Holy Land refers to Rabbi Nachman of Holodenka, Chassid of the Baal Shem Tov, and grandfather of Rabbi Nachman of Breslov. The author, Rabbi Dober of Linitz, begins quoting the source of his story. I heard from the Rav of our community, Rabbi Gedalia of Linitz. When Rabbi Nachman wanted to go for the second time to Eretz HaKodesh, the second time that he left Mezhibush and went to settle in the land of Israel, he went first to the kever of the Baal Shem Tov, the grave, the tomb of the Baal Shem Tov, along with Rabbi Yosef of Kaminke, and when he came back from the Beis HaChaim, the cemetery, he was very happy and commented how the Baal Shem Tov told him to go to Eretz HaKodesh, to the Holy Land. Rabbi Yosef of Kaminke was very surprised and questioned him. How did he speak to you? Rabbi Nachman, also very surprised, replies, and didn't you see him there, standing by me, talking? A very, very vivid experience of going to the tzaddik, to the Baal Shem Tov. Well, as he was leaving for his trip from Mezhibush, he reached the community of Nemerov and he spent Shabbat there, along with Rabbi Yaakov Yosef of Polnoi, the Toldos Yaakov Yosef, and Rabbi Leib of Polnoi, the famous Mochiach of Polnoi. And the three of them were spending Shabbos there in Nemerov. And I, the author, first time that he brings himself into the narrative, Rabbi Dober of Linitz, the author of the book, he was there at the table. He says, I was there at the table during the meal of Shabbos, the Seud of Shabbos, and I saw that between Rabbi Nachman of Holodenka and the Mochiach of Polnoi, there were some exchange of words, they were talking, and Rabbi Nachman commented something to the Mochiach with witty humor and laughed. The Mochiach answered in a very serious, severe manner, and he said to him, a man may not be saved due to a machshava zara, due to a foreign thought, even if he is doing his prayer with 100% purity, without any foreign thoughts. And toward the end of the tefillah, of the prayer, a thought comes in his head, thinking, hey, I'm close to finish my prayers. That is a disguised, almost silent machshava zara. The Mochiach says in a very severe way, every aveda, every transgression creates a category, an accusing angel in the heavens. Rachaman al-Islam, he says, may God save us. And because it's a very small, subtle thought, you don't think much of it. It's hidden as what the Talmud Chacham, a Jewish scholar, would probably think. That causes problems. Well, I was there also by the meal after Shabbos, and then with all the people of the city, walking them, says Rav Dober. Again, he's putting himself in the story. He lived through this. And also the Rav, Rabbi Yaakov Yosef of Polnoi, and the Mochiach. And the Rav wanted to go with Rabbi Nachman all the way to the town of Ladizhin, accompany him as part of the honor, before he departs. But the Mochiach was very careful on the proper way, the Derech Eretz, when he's accompanying somebody to leave for Eretz HaKodesh, and he did not go all the way to Ladizhin. So they stopped to pray Mincha in the field. We're talking about the day after, and Sunday afternoon. So outside of the city of Nemerov, they are praying mincha, and the Rav Yaakov Yosef, put on his talis and tefillin and led the prayers. It's very interesting. Some Mekubalim, some Kabbalists have the custom of putting the tefillin, not the Rashi tefillin, the ones that we usually put, but the order of the parashiot of the tefillin in the tefillin shel Rosh are different. There are different ways to put them according to different rabbinical opinions. So there is Rabbi Nutam and Shemush Rabbah, and some Kabbalists will put on those extra tefillin with a different order by mincha. So did Rabbi Yaakov Yosef of Polnoi, but Rabbi Nachman did not. He did everything in the morning, and mincha he prayed without the talis and the tefillin. And again, the author is narrating the story. He says, and I did not see the Mochiach there. I think he had gone to the city to pray. He was not going to accompany them all the way. So he remembers that thing. A year later, Rabbi Nachman of Horodenka passed away on Rosh Chodesh Tammuz of the year 5525, which is 1765. He had been in Nemerov that month, the year earlier, and he went in his trip to Eretz HaKodesh along with Rabbi Mendele of Premishlan, Rabbi Menachem Mendele of Premishlan, famous, great chassid of the Baal Shem Tov, and received from him Kibel meaning Torah and Hasidus, and he was very impressed by the great knowledge of the Baal Shem Tov that Rabbi Mendel of Premishlan was teaching him. I also heard that Rabbi Nachman passed away on the night of the Holy Shabbos, and Rabbi Mendele of Premishlan sat with him and made kiddush and drink the shiur, the required amount when we make kiddush, and he sat down with his Shabbos clothing next to Rabbi Mendele next to Rabbi Nachman. Then he left, he went home to have the Seudah, the meal for Shabbos. And as he was finishing the Seudah, he was called that he needed to come and check on Rabbi Nachman, and he found him in his last moments. So he sat down with him and studied Zohar until the moment of the parting of his soul, of his neshama. And then comes with a sentence in Hebrew, it's hard to translate, Umes bemenucha benasa lemenucha. He died in his menucha, in his rest, and he went on, traveled spiritually to his rest. And so is the story. It's a collection of anecdotes of the trip of Rabbi Nachman of Horodenka to Eretz HaKodesh. His tombstone is still found in the city of Tiberias, in the shores of the Sea of Galilee. I'm telling stories as they come in this book in order, and I'm translating them, telling them here in the channel in English and in Spanish, and I'm translating the book story by story from Hebrew to Spanish with the hopes to publish it for the very first time in Spanish. I appreciate all contributions for the efforts to do this translation and for the future editing and publishing. Please see the links below. Please, if you like it, give it a like, share, tell your friends. Shavua Tov, a gute Woche, and as always in these days, prayers for our soldiers and all those affected in Eretz Israel in the current situation.